Hello, and welcome back to Film Zone. In this video, we are going to talk about the most amazing purchases on Pawn Stars ever. But before we begin, make sure to subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon. Also, do not forget to like the video. This way, you will never miss out on any video posted by us. With that, let us begin. You have no idea what will walk through that door has only become more accurate. For instance, in the History Channel's wildly successful series Pawn Stars, a group of showrunners deal in collectibles and historical artifacts. The show has elevated their shop's stature so much that the promise of "you will never know what will walk through that door," which is exactly what draws in millions of viewers every week, has only turned out to be more accurate. In this video, we will be looking at the most impressive purchases on the Pawn Stars ever. Toys, musical instruments, celebrity memorabilia, and rare historical pieces are just some of the items featured on Pawn Stars. As seen by the rating success of the show, these are all categories that continue to be collected by people across the world. And since these collections grow in value as more people learn about them. For those who've been following Rick Harrison as he haggles with potential sellers for items in his shop's inventory or tries to negotiate a better deal for an item brought into him for appraisal, there has been remarkable discoveries along the way. At the same time, Harrison's business thrives thanks to the avid collectors who keep his shop fully stocked. Let us now have a look at the things which have been purchased on the Pawn Stars. $250,000 for Maurice Sendak sketches. By day, he ran a pawn shop in Las Vegas with his father. He was a bartender at a strip club by night. He had thought about going to law school. He was on the verge of selling his house and taking his two kids out of their exclusive private school. But then he found something that changed everything. An original set of drawings for Maurice Sendak's classic children's book, Where the Wild Things Are. Maurice Sendak never sold his prints of the work, but Rick was not willing to go without purchasing the lot. He got a consultancy with an art expert who recommended that Sendak expects $310,000 for the same lot. But the negotiations came down to $250,000, which made the final price. $111,000 for 3,000 ounces of silver. The most expensive item ever sold on Pawn Stars was a meteorite. It was valued at $500,000, but only brought $50,000 because it was possible to verify its authenticity. The seller claimed that it was from the famous meteor crater in Arizona, and that it had been found just a few years earlier. The shop could have taken a chance and bought it for close to the value of gold or platinum, but they couldn't afford it. They needed to ensure that the meteorite was genuine and worth the price tag. If we look at the second largest purchase in the history of Pawn Stars ever, we will land upon the deal of 3,000 ounces of silver. Yes, you heard it right. Moreover, the shop knew this was the deal they had to take advantage of. A customer got into the shop in a dolly and brought in 3,000 ounces of silver with some coinage. Harrison knew that this was the deal they would not miss. But he was alert that he needed to check the silver first. To check the same, Rick drilled into the center of the bars to check out whether they were real or not. Fortunately, they came out to be accurate, which made it a purchase for the Pawn Stars. They brought the same for a total of $110,000. $95,000 for a 1932 Lincoln Roadster. Pawn Stars had to spend much more to get the luxury car, a 1932 Lincoln Roadster. This vehicle was built during the middle of the Great Depression. It was a sort of attempt by the Ford company to make it above the competitors. At the same time, the vehicle was bought at $4K, and $4K during that time would mean roughly $70,000 in today's money. But Rick had to make sure that the deal didn't go out of his hand. So, he offered much more for the same. In the end, he bought the vehicle for $95,000. $90,000 for Mary Ford's 1961 Gibson SG Les Paul guitar. The Harrisons of Portland, Oregon, bought the guitar from Mike Lewis Guitars. It originally belonged to Mary Ford, who was married to Paul for 36 years until his death in 2003. Paul and Ford sang together as a duo on numerous occasions, and appeared on The Ed Sullivan Show 3 times. Trey Harrison, 45, is an attorney who says he has always been a total rock star geek. He told ABC News that he had been an avid Les Paul collector for years, with around 50 guitars in total, and when his friend Craig Strong told him about the instrument, he knew that it was the one he wanted. Harrison said he brought in 2 appraisers to examine the guitar before the sale. Both appraisers valued it at over $90,000. Still, to make sure there was no question about its authenticity, Harrison contacted Gibson directly and flew to Nashville to meet the company representatives. The Harrisons bought the instrument for $90,000. "The moment I saw the guitar, I loved it," Harrison said. "I had never seen one like it before," he added. "I hope to hang on to it forever." That's all we had to discuss in today's video. Thanks for watching the video until the end. If you found the video informative, drop a like and press the subscribe button to stay updated with our latest videos.